everyone, welcome to Sharpers Gaming, and today we are back with the Pokemon Global League. This is week 3. We are the Minnesota Wild Charge, and we are up against Con Ninja and the Golden State Miniors. Before we start off this video, I do want to give a shout out to Con Ninja because he has been helping us in our time of need. For those of you who don't know, our capture card has bit the dust, and until we get it fixed, we can't really do any live battles, because that's how you record the battles, is through the capture card. So I have to send saved videos over to people, and then they record them and send them back, and then I talk over them. It's a whole thing. But he's been helping us out by doing that for us, recording our saved videos. And nonetheless, the one against him as well. So his link will be in the description below, as well as all of the other coaches in the PGL. Be sure to go check them out so you can see all of the battles. But today, like I said, we're up against the Golden State Miniors. I'm going to read off both teams just in case anybody's missed any of the other videos. I'm going to do it quick, so let's not wait any longer. Minnesota Wild Charge, which is us, have Mega Venusaur, Tyranitar, Rotom Wash, Chandelure, Registeel, Dragalge, Beware, Granbull, Cresselia, Porygon Z, and Marowak. You can see our team on the screen is, for this week, is Mega Venusaur, Tyranitar, Registeel, Rotom Wash, Chandelure, and Granbull. While the Golden State Miniors' entire draft consists of Megalodios, Kartana, Aromatisse, Volcanion, Gliscor, Darkrai, Galvantula, Alamamala, Cofagrigus, Staraptor, and Avalugg, while they brought the team of Staraptor, Darkrai, Cofagrigus, Volcanion, Kartana, and Megalodios. So with that out of the way, let's kind of talk about what my team is a little bit, not too much. Just enough so you know what's kind of going on here. So a lot of the teams actually pretty similar to last week. Mega Venusaur, max special defense, rocking the same moveset it has all 3 weeks so far. Hidden Power Fire, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Synthesis. Rotom Wash is dual status with Toxic and Will-O-Wisp. It also has Thunderbolt, and I forget the final move. It's not Hydro Pump, because Hydro Pump was really only hitting the Gliscor for super effective, and the move I have on it, which I don't remember currently, hits it neutrally anyway, so I wasn't super worried about the Gliscor against Rotom Wash, even though it kind of walls it. But that being said, Chandelure is the exact same set. Calm, or Substitute Calm Mind, max HP, max special attack. Granbull is Heal Bell, or the Fire Punch for the Kartana, Play Rough, and I want to say Roar, but that could be 100% wrong. I've had this battle a few days ago. A few things are a little sketchy to me. And then Registeel, this is his first week showing up here, and he's a Thunder Wave Stealth Rock Flash Cannon for the Avalugg, because Avalugg's defense is higher than special defense, so I wanted something to hit it, even though we do have Chandelure, so looking back, might have not been the best idea, but Flash Cannon, Ancient Power, and Tyranitar is the bread and butter of this week's team, being a Choice Scarf variant, which outspeeds Kartana. It is a mixed Tyranitar, heavily invested in special attack, with Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and then Stone Edge as its one physical move. So starting off here, he's got a few different things he can lead. Mostly Staraptors lead, though, because then they can U-turn out. But I'm trying to figure out if he's going to try to guess my lead. I'm going to lead with a Venusaur here, see how it turns out for us. Let's hop on into this sucker. Hopefully that didn't turn off the recording, because last time it did. And then I just checked it and didn't do it this time, so I don't know. Or I don't know if it did this time, but like the test right before this, it wasn't doing it. So, but anyway, I do lead off with the Venusaur, just to have a Venusaur as a lead. He's going to lead off with Edgy Burb, the Staraptor, which means Venusaur has to get out of here. Being weak to that flying typing and Staraptor having one of the heaviest hitting Brave Birds in the game, we don't want to be in there. So Chandelure is going to come in, which wasn't the best idea. Now, looking back on it, or even in the moment, as soon as I did, I'm like, uh-oh. Because I was thinking, oh, I'm immune to close combat at Double Edge, bring in Chandelure. But if he would have just went for Brave Bird there, seeing that Venusaur was on the field, I would have just died. So, thankfully he U-turns. My Chandelure is going to get that leftovers, which brings us almost up to full, just 2 points off. But I'm not going to be able to do anything to this Volcanion, and since I don't run any speed, I'm not even going to get damage off on it before it hits me. So I'm just going to switch out to Rotom Wash, and he's going to actually set up the substitute here. It's like, ooh, that's not cool. So now I have to try and get this thing out from behind its substitute. It does have Hidden Power as well, so it's like, okay. So Volcanion was ready for Rotoms. Got to be Hidden Power Grass because it was super effective. and the only super effective attacks on Rotom are Grass and Ground can't hit Rotom because of its ability Levitate. So I do go for the Thunderbolt just to break the substitute. And here, I'm trying to figure out if it's a roll or not. It's looking like it's a roll for Hidden Power, depending on depending on its item. It could be Expert Belt. We haven't really seen what item it is yet, but it is able to KO. So that is unfortunate, but the main goal of Rotom was to keep a Volcanion out from behind the substitute, so we did that. Now I'm going to bring in Venusaur, because kind of like last week where we went up against Camerupt, we can go up against Volcanion with Venusaur as well. But he's going to switch into Latias. And I actually went for Sludge Bomb here, just because I am at full health, and as long as it's not like Psychic. I don't think Volcanion gets Psychic. We would have been fine taking any Fire-type move there. So Sludge Bomb, doing more damage than Giga Drain, and we actually get the Poison on the Latias as well. So this Latias trying to come in to stir up Mega Venusaur, and it's already getting messed up. So I'm just going to throw another Sludge Bomb out there, because if he does go for the Psychic or the Psyshock, we do live that at under... It does under 80% damage to us guaranteed, but he goes for Recover. So I'm like, okay, at least we went for another Sludge Bomb here, so we still got damage off on him. So we hit him with the Sludge Bomb, and it actually does a critical hit this time, which is nice because Latias does get its increase in defenses. So with the Poison, it is now under 50%. So he's going to recover again. I'm just going to go for another Sludge Bomb because I'm just trying to weed out this Latias, see if I could have got him with not recovering a turn or another. But it looks like he's going to try and stay as healthy as he can. This turn I am going to switch out because I'm like, okay, he didn't get critted that time. So he's going to be able to live a Sludge Bomb. He will feint to Poison and Sludge Bomb, and will live the Psychic, but I'd rather not take a ton of damage on Venusaur, so I'm just going to switch in Tyranitar, who is immune to Psychic-type moves because of its Dark typing. And then now we're getting more damage off in the Latias between Sand and Poison. So now Latias is really low. I'm going to go for Stone Edge here, just in case he does switch out and Stone Edge still KOs Mega Latias. He does switch into the Darkrai, but Stone Edge misses, which it's just annoying because we would put like 70 to 80% damage on this Darkrai. So like, come on. So I'm going to switch Tyranitar out because I don't want to be relying on Stone Edge when there's a possible Focus Blast coming our way. And I'm going to bring in Granbull, because although Venusaur also resists that Focus Blast, Darkrai can get Psychic, and Dark Pulse, as it went for here, also is neutral, which would hurt pretty bad as well, whereas Granbull will take it. It didn't take it great. It did still about a quarter, but now Darkrai has to switch out, and it's going to switch into Cofagrigus. I did go for Fire Punch here, expecting a Kartana, but he went into Cofagrigus, which is honestly fine. We do crit with the Fire Punch, and Cofagrigus' Mummy ability is going to replace ours with Mummy as well, but at this point we don't need Intimidate, so that doesn't really matter. Sandstorm's going to tick down both Pokemon, while Cofagrigus gets his leftovers, and we don't. Now I'm just going to throw a Play Rough out there, because I really don't care about this Cofagrigus at this point. He could have went for Will-O-Wisp or something, but Play Rough does tons of damage. It looks like he might have over-predicted here and went for Energy Ball. I don't know what he was expecting to come in, maybe Tyranitar? But yeah, we take that Energy Ball, and another Play Rough's looking like he'll KO from here. So I go for it, and it misses. But thankfully, he just goes for Pain Split, which actually increases our HP instead of his, because it does share the HP between the remaining HP between the two Pokemon, and we had less, so we actually gained some HP there. So go for another Play Rough. It's going to KO this time, connecting. So Granbull able to pick up a KO against the Cofagrigus. Not too mad about that. But now that Kartana does finally come in here, and at this point I'm trying to figure out if it has Aerial Ace. It actually has Psycho Cut, which I didn't know Kartana got. I thought the only thing it had for Venusaur was Aerial Ace. I'm like, oh, good thing I did not switch in my Venusaur at that point, because especially with the crit there, that would have just KO'd us. So now we do know it is Life Orb, so that means Tyranitar is going to naturally outspeed it. So that means Tyranitar is my main Pokemon to take out Kartana whenever it starts trying to run away with the game, getting its Beast Boost to its attack stat, I believe is what I saw. Well, it had to be attack stat, because if it got speed, it was going to start outspeeding us, which is not great. But he's going to switch in the Darkrai and the incoming Flamethrower here. So at this point, he has to know that I am Choice Scarfed. Like, we haven't revealed it necessarily, but he has to think that we are, because I did just bring it in a Kartana that was +1 that we knew wasn't choiced. but he's gonna nasty plot here on the switch out. If I would have went for another flamethrower there, we would have been looking pretty clean. But now he's a +2 Darkrai, and I'm pretty scared. So I'm just gonna leave Venusaur in. Probably I'm expecting a Psychic. He actually pops off the Z move, and as you can see here, it's Titanium Z. So most likely he was expecting Tyranitar to come back in to try and catch a Psychic, but he does go for the all-out pummeling, which Venusaur is gonna be able to take even at +2 and being a Z move. So thankfully the overpredict there. So now Venusaur, I did go for Sludge Bomb here, is going to be able to KO Darkrai, which is it's pinch emoji, honestly. Pinch emoji status, because that's a really offensive Pokemon out of the way. We have a really defensive Pokemon out of the way in Cofagrigus and a really offensive one in Darkrai. So what started off as a bleak beginning, losing our Rotom really early on, has turned around pretty quickly. But the Staraptor is still pretty threatening, because it has a move to KO my Tyranitar, and if it's Choice Scarfed, it outspeeds us. And then it also has Brave Bird, obviously, for Venusaur, and all the crazy stuff. So I'm going to bring in the Registeel, because honestly, Registeel is not going to do much in this matchup. But he just goes for another U-turn, able to swap back out into the Volcanion is what he's going to bring in, which I'm like, oh, great. This thing's going to sub up in my face and try and set up. So at this point, Registeel is, if it has like if Volcanion has Fire Blast or Overheat, we don't live. If it has Flamethrower, we do. I'm just going to throw up some late game rocks because I want to get some damage off on the Staraptor that keeps switching in and out, so that hopefully we can get it to a point where either it'll KO itself with Brave Bird or we're able to pick it up when it goes through the wrong move. The sand does go down here, but we get our leftovers to get back to full. He does have Flamethrower, which does mean that we're going to live this move. And I go for Ancient Power here, hoping to break the Substitute. But unfortunately, we don't have quite enough special attack investment. We do get burned. It doesn't really matter, though. But, yeah, we don't have enough special attack investment, so it's not going to break the Substitute, unfortunately. So this means I have to, after this thing knocks me out this turn, I'll have to go into Venusaur and get it out from behind its Substitute. He's going to go for a Steam Eruption just in case I try and switch something in on the Flamethrower, because Steam Eruption does KO the Registeel anyway, so it doesn't really matter to go for Flamethrower. But now I bring in the Venusaur because, again, Venusaur can go up against Volcanions. Not the greatest, but it's better than what else I have in the back. As Tyranitar, not going to want to take Steam Eruptions. Chandelure, not going to want to take Steam Eruptions. Granbull, I think, is still back there. No, he fainted to Kartana. So I believe it's just these three left. Venusaur, Tyranitar, and Chandelure. I go for the Synthesis there. And he's going to go for a Flamethrower. Now, I figure that the Giga Drain is going to give me enough health to be able to live another Flamethrower. But, well, according to the calcs, I think I should have. I don't know if I read the calcs wrong or something. But, and I don't know if I necessarily understand 100% of Substitute. It has to be. Because I think it's because I put damage on the Substitute already. It's not down to its, or it's not at its full 25% damage taken. So that means my Giga Drain didn't get as much as it should have, is what I think is the case there. But I'm not 100% sure. You guys can correct me on that if you know. But now I can bring in Tyranitar. Now that it's out from behind a Substitute, I can just go for Dark Pulses here. And the Latias is going to come in, take the Stealth Rock damage, which didn't matter at this point because Dark Pulse would have KO'd it anyway. But we get the Dark Pulse. That's going to KO the Mega Latias. And now Tyranitar is set to complete this game. The only thing we have to worry about is Staraptor. Now the Kartana does come in, but its special defenses are frail. Frail little paper boys. He has to hope we're not Scarfed at this point, but we are. Dark Pulse going to rip apart the Kartana. Tyranitar is on its rampage here. He's living up to his name. And now the Staraptor comes in. Now, again, I don't know if this thing is Choice Scarfed or not, so I have to play with my Chandelure and my Tyranitar to try and get it choiced into a bad move. Or I have to figure out if it's not Choice Scarfed. So I bring in the Chandelure here, and because we are max HP, it has to be Choice Banned to be able to KO us with this Brave Bird, which it does go for here. So a good prediction on his part. Had I just stayed in Dark Pulse, we would have lived a Brave Bird if he was Choice Scarfed. And we would have lived a Brave Bird if he was Choice Scarfed to use Chandelure. So now at this point, I do know he is Choice Banded, so that means my Tyranitar outspeeds him 100% of the time, and especially after that damage Dark Pulse is KOing, which is just brilliant. So Tyranitar's can come in and finish off this game. Dark Pulse will KO the Staraptor. Critical hit didn't matter there. And then the Volcanion will come in. It'll take 25% damage from the Stealth Rocks. And then a Dark Pulse will clean it up. So Tyranitar just ripping apart 4 of the team members. Yeah, because it got Latias, Kartana, Staraptor, and Volcanion right at the end there. So making quick work of the end of the game with Tyranitar. GG to Con Ninja and the Golden State Miniors. Again, be sure to go check out their side as well as post any battles that they had previously, as well as all the other coaches from the PGL to see what's going on across the league this week. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. I will be trying to integrate more content in. I just have to come to grips that Showdown is going to be our main content creator for the time being. But yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone, and go Wild Charge.